So all what you'll be doing as Salesforce administrator, you configure the platform, you make sure that your end users, you give them adequate tools, buttons, actions, fields, all the necessary things that will make their job be very, very simple, easy, and they get things done quick. So if they observe that is a hidden feature that they need that is going to help their jobs, they will always present it to the stakeholders. The stakeholders will inform the management and will inform developer and administrator. But when they conclude that, oh, this problem can be solved by declarative language, definitely the buck is going to come to your table as an administrator that you need to solve that problem, making use of declarative language. Part of what you could simply do was what I was able to demonstrate, making use of flow to actually send a welcome message to all end users that are logging into your platform. And apart from that, I was able to enhance it further with a dynamic tool called a custom label. When I was able to give it a message, put in a kind of inspirational message and all that, consolidated the one I did previously that just says, welcome, I see color should become welcome, whoever the name may be. But this time around, we're able to kind of consolidate it, add more features to it, add flavor to it. At the end of the day, it becomes more powerful. Whereby dynamically, you can always go every day to always give them, it's going to be monotonous. After a while, if you don't make it a kind of message that can be changing constantly, it's not an Herculean task. It doesn't cost you, it doesn't take you less than, it takes you less than 2 minutes. If you already have a well-prepared inspirational message, you always copy it, go to the custom label. You don't need to edit the flow any longer. You just drop it there, save it again, then go back to the front end on the home page, refresh it. Then definitely when your end users they log in, they're going to see different messages on a daily basis, and then you can as well use it to make an announcement. You can use it, create a flow like that to do all that. And now, what has really distinguished it from being an auto launch flow is that it's a screen, kind of that is going to appear on the screen that your end users can read and respond to. It doesn't happen at the background. But when you talk about anything, all the 5 categories of the auto launch that you have, they're going to be happening at the back end. But this one, even your end users will not even know how it's happening. Then definitely they will be able to input, do some other stuff and all the rest to make it happen. And today now, that is a kind of litmus test with what you can do with a screen flow. What I'm going to do this evening, like what we built, we created all our time to build at the back end in terms of building a lead objects the other time. When we're building, using a object manager to actually build project objects and do all that. The same way today, we're going to use lead to build a quick, to create a quick lead record. Then after we do all the necessary things, we're going to make it to create record. We're going to match the different field. All what we were doing on the object manager end, which we will be able to demonstrate it today, making use of the flow as a tool. We're just going to go into that quickly. Then after that, I'm also going to introduce you to another aspect of our flow, which is auto launch flow. And this one is going to be in form of a creative flow that we actually launch to send an email to a contact that we newly established the record of a contact within our platform. When that contact is being recorded and there is an email attached to it, definitely the the contact is going to receive email immediately when that record is created. And that happened at the back end because it's not the end users now. The end users save the contact record, but he never knew that by saving that contact record, new contact record on the platform, there was auto launch flow that created after the record is being created that is going to take an immediate action right at the back end that will send an alert to that particular contact, the new contact of the company after the record is established. So those are the two things that we're going to touch. So let's dive in to the um, developer hub now and demonstrate flow. I want to use flow to create quick lead record. So please let us pay attention to it, and you can, if you master it at this point, you'll be able to build on the knowledge. Now let me go to flow. I go to the setup. From setup, I type in flow here. Type in flow here. Okay. Now let's just create a new flow, and we're still going to create a screen flow. The screen flow we're going to create is going to create a quick lead record. And that is going to involve some field. It's going to involve an existing lead record. We must be able to match it with existing field. Anything outside that is not going to work. So definitely it's going to yell at us, or it's going to be a slang that will say there is an error when you debug it. So let me just try and create screen flow now. The screen flow I'm going to create this time around is going to be quick lead screen property. Let me just call this new screen. Okay. Lead new quick lead screen flow. Then as it is, I've already demonstrated this to us yesterday. When you want, after you've entered some record, I want to use this flow to create record. It can't be finished. It doesn't sound good. I will change the footer. I will remove the header. I will remove the header. I don't want the header to show. Then I need to customize the footer. I need to customize the footer. Hide finish button. Now I want to customize the finish button. I'm not going to hide it. I need something that I'm going to use to replace it. What can we use to replace is, instead of saying finished, that it should be saved. That means after we use the flow to create the lead record, then we should have a button that will just say it's either save or submit. So let me just leave it as save. Then that is that one. Then now it's time for me to give it field. I will be dragging component from here now. There are test fields, there are tests, there are sections, there are so many tools here that you can always pick on. Pick list if it's the data type you want to use. We already work on the project object. We already work on object manager here. So most of the things I'll be doing here is not going to be strange to you as a person. So what I'm going to be having here now is going to be I'm going to pick up section. Let me demonstrate something first. If I pick up test, uh, I drop it here, it doesn't look good. So I want a situation whereby it will change. It's too long. So I want to kind of compartmentalize it to different sections. So test field is not going to work. When you want to create lead objects, you're going to lead first name, last name, phone numbers, lead source, industry, annual revenue, and all the rest. So, and this one is just going to be a kind of quick way of creating lead that your end users will not need to dive into the main lead record place to kind of create lead. You want to make it possible for them to just do it sharply, to just do it so fast. So that what you're going to do here is going to be that you take, instead of this, let me delete it. Then I'm going to make it a section. Let me use section. You'll see what I'm trying to say now. I take section here, I drop it. So it's still empty, nothing is there. Then I want to add column to it so that I can have, like, instead of just one column like this, I want to have like 3 columns. Then I will add column. I'm not still enough with it. It has divided into 2 equal parts. I want to make it 3. Now I can make one to be my first name, last name, company, like that. So we're making progress now. I will go back again down and search for test and take test here and drop it on empty. Now I'm going to name it now. The name that is going to use at the front end. I'm going to name it first name. First name. So this is first name here, and it's going to be required, definitely. Let's make it required. That is done. Then let's take another test again to create another field called last name. When you have first name, you always have last name. Last name. Then I make it required. That means it's going to be a required field. Then that is done now. Let me create another field. This time around, I can create a company. Let me do company. Let me do company. It's going to be a test field. The name of the company is a test field, right? That means also going to be a test. It's not a pick list. Are we getting what I'm trying to do? Now I will call this one company. Let me give it company. It's not necessary because at times you might get some leads and you don't let me make it required. Is no. Then that is that one. Let me add another section. I take another section here. Then I add column to it to make it like a 3. Yeah, let me make it like 3 again. If I want to make it 2, I can make it 2, but I want to make it 3. Now, in this case, now I've done name, phone, company. I can do phone number, phone Yeah, I can do phone. So I just take phone here and I drop it. Then I name it uh, phone, mobile phone, or phone number. Excuse me. Mhm, mhm, mhm. I'm gonna label it the phone number. Then this pattern, do we have any pattern? Global action. No, okay like that. Um, Tests they appear in the field when it's empty. Use placeholder text. Give it a just think about and let me bring that one again now. Okay. So let me just leave it as it is now. Then now let me do what else can I do? Let me do some pick list now. I can do uh, lead source and lead starters. So I will have to what if I want to do lead source now? What am I going to pick here? Pick list. So I drag pick list to this place. Now that I drag pick list to it, I call it lead source. Okay. Then do I need to make it required? If by omission they don't get the lead source, they won't be able to enter into the platform if I make it required. So let me just leave it in that way. Then now the next one is going to be rating. Rating, is it hot, is it cold, is it warm? That lead, is it hot, is it cold, is it warm? That's the rating. Then it's also a pick list. Now, I call it rating. Then it's also test. Then let me add field, um, new choice resources there. Uh, then I'm gonna pick click set API name. I call this one what? Um, Rating. Then objects, lead. Now, data type, pick list. Field type. What type of field are we dealing with? Rating. Don't miss it. Then any other thing? Done. Let me do currency now. I'm going to give it currency that's going to take care of the annual revenue of the company that we want to do business with, how big they are, you know. Then I'll say annual revenue, the kind of annual revenue. Don't mind me, currency. Annual revenue data type is currency. You know, we're going to, if you are dealing with money, the data type is currency. If our memory can still serve us right when we're doing uh, object manager, then we call this one annual revenue. API name, yeah. So decimal place, it should be 0. This one now is not a pick list, so there's nothing you need to go and do or in pickings, the kind of PKS, pick list set. So far, it's correct. It's just a normal currency field, so it's just one-way traffic thing. This is done now. I wanted to add something. Yeah, the list status. I want to make it required because it's going to follow through the process of the parts, the states where it is at the time. Maybe contacted, not contacted, you know, so that your end user will not be entering record. You want to know the status of that particular lead at any point in time. Yeah, as it is now, it looks ordinary. It's not going to work anything out. We haven't done the main thing that is going to match our the field we've created with the existing field on our lead. You know, when you create this, use this particular quick lead, it must be able to match with existing lead on your platform. In doing that, you're going to take further configure what? 4 errors. Industry name is already used for another element resources in the flow. Oh, industry. So lead, do that correction too. Lead uh, industry. Then let me call this one lead industry. Because that name has already been used in one of the flow. You get it now. The system is rejecting it. So let me do this one. This one is done. Then rating, lead rating. I will now call it lead rating. Lead rating. Okay, lead rating. You get it now. That's why I'm having that particular done to. Which one is the second one now? Oh, did I pick anything here that I didn't label? Huh? I don't think so. I've done lead source. I've done lead industry. I've done lead status. So let me clear this one. It's empty. Delete. It's okay now. Now, as it is, if you let me just save. Now I want to save it for the first time. I call it um what uh quick lead flow. Oh yeah, let me call it quick lead. This type of flow label, quick lead. Let me call it quick lead. Quick lead record. Right, that's a wrap up for today's video. I hope you have picked up some valuable insight and actionable tips in Salesforce ecosystem. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Give this video a big thumb up. If you found it helpful, I'm Asikola Oshirikan and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.